Ever look up at the universe and just think, wow, that's huge EE. Where do I even begin to wrap my head around it?
It's a common feeling. It's overwhelming.
Exactly. So tonight we're doing just that, taking a deep dive into one of the foundational concepts that helps explain it all, the infinite spirit.
Yeah, this is a journey into some truly fundamental aspects of universe reality. And our exploration is going to touch upon the origin, history, and, well, the ultimate destiny of creation.
Right.
And as such, we'll naturally be considering the roles of, God the Father and God the Son.
Okay, so our mission then for this deep dive is to really get a handle on the nature, the function, and frankly, why the infinite spirit even matters. Think of it as understanding a key ingredient in a cosmic recipe, what it is, what it does, and why you can't leave it out.
It's a good analogy.
And we're especially interested in its role as a sort of universal ambassador of divine mercy and how it fits into the very structure of everything.
Yes, that mercy aspect is crucial.
And I have a feeling that as we explore this, you'll find some surprising connections to your own life. Okay, so where do we even start?
Right.
What is the infinite spirit?
Okay, so at its heart, the infinite spirit, often called the conjoint creator, is an eternal and perfectly unified presence. It coexists with the universal Father and the eternal Son.
Right alongside them.
Exactly. And what makes its nature so significant is that it flawlessly reflects the perfections of both of these divine beings.
So it's like a perfect blend, taking the best of both. Almost.
Exactly. A perfect blend is a great way to think about it. And one attribute in particular that shines through the infinite spirit, especially in relation to the eternal Son, is mercy.
Mercy, specifically.
Yes. The profound mercy embodied by the Son is distinctly reflected through the infinite spirit. This is a crucial point. The spirit isn't just a separate entity. It's intrinsically linked to and expressive of the characteristics of both the Father and the Son working in perfect harmony.
Okay, that gives us a solid foundation. Now, one thing that jumped out at me in our research is that the infinite spirit has, well, a whole laundry list of names. It's not just called one thing, is it?
You're right. No, not at all. Across the vastness of the universe, the infinite spirit is known by many different titles. Think of the universal spirit, the supreme guide.
The divine executive.
Yes, the divine executive, the spirit of spirits. You might also encounter names like the paradise mother spirit, the conjoint actor.
Conjoint actor, I like that one.
The final coordinator, the omnipresent spirit, absolute intelligence, and divine action.
Wow, that's a lot of nicknames. What's the reason for all of them? Why so many?
Well, they aren't just random labels. Each of these names reflects a different facet of the infinite spirit's incredibly diverse role.
Ah, okay.
And how it's experienced and understood by the countless beings and civilizations throughout creation. It highlights how universally present and active it is, sort of adapting to different perspectives and languages.
That makes sense. And I also came across something mentioning a possible confusion with the cosmic mind. Is that something we should clear up? Because they sound kind of similar?
Absolutely. That's a key distinction, and it does cause confusion sometimes. The cosmic mind isn't a single entity in the same way the infinite spirit is.
Okay.
Instead, picture the cosmic mind as more like a vast network or a system of intelligence that operates within a broader structure.
Like a layer.
Sort of. The infinite spirit is a fundamental part of that very structure, providing the underlying intelligence and coordination. So the spirit is the more encompassing and foundational reality.
Okay, so the infinite spirit is maybe like the operating system, and the cosmic mind is one of the really big programs running on it, in a very, very loose analogy.
That's not a bad way to think about it loosely. It helps capture the difference in scope.
That helps. Now, we humans, we're pretty attached to our physical bodies and our mental processes. How does this infinite spirit, which sounds very, well, spiritual, relate to our material existence?
That's a really important question. The infinite spirit is, at its core, a purely spiritual entity. Our human experience, naturally, is filtered through the lens of matter and mind.
Right, that's our default.
It is. So to truly grasp the infinite spirit, we need to understand that it exists beyond these material limitations.
So we can't really picture it in a tangible way, like hold it in our hand or anything.
Not in the way we typically understand things, no. The infinite spirit represents a revelation of divinity that operates at a universe-wide level. It possesses an energy and mind potential far beyond our material comprehension.
Aha.
It functions with an absoluteness that goes beyond human understanding. It's like trying to describe a fourth dimension using only the concepts of length, width, and height. Our framework is just inherently limited.
Okay. So it's this incredibly powerful non-physical entity. What does it actually do in the universe? What's its job, its role?
Its role is, well, it's pivotal. The infinite spirit has a truly central role in the universe's ongoing operations. It permeates every level of creation.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Ensuring that the flow of energy and the potential for mind are aligned with the overarching divine purpose. Its very presence is essential for created matter to even exist and function according to divine order.
So without it, things just wouldn't work.
Essentially, yes. It's the ultimate coordinator, you could say. The
Yeah.
power source for spiritual reality and the sustainer of universal harmony.
It sounds like the ultimate behind-the-scenes manager, making sure everything runs smoothly.
In a way, yes. A very profound way. And perhaps one of its most significant functions, especially for us as beings within the grand universe, is its role as the primary channel of mercy.
Mercy again.
Yes, mercy originating from the Paradise Trinity, the Universal Father, the Eternal Son, and the Infinite Spirit itself. While the Divine Sons reveal the Father's love.
Which is huge.
Absolutely huge. But the Infinite Spirit is the active depiction and administration of divine mercy.
Okay, so if the sons are showing us the love, the Spirit is actively extending forgiveness and compassion. Is that right?
Precisely. Think of it as a universal lifeline of mercy. It connects every creature throughout the vast hierarchy of existence directly to this essential aspect of divinity. It's a continuous outpouring, a constant offer of grace.
That's quite something, a universal lifeline of mercy. I like that. This is really starting to connect. Now, in our sources, we encountered this concept of the 7 absolutes of infinity. That sounds intense. Where does the infinite spirit fit into that grand structure?
It is intense, but foundational. The 7 absolutes of infinity represent the ultimate bedrock realities that underpin the entire cosmos. They are the irreducible elements of existence.
The absolute fundamentals.
Exactly. And the infinite spirit, as the conjoined actor, holds the position of the 3rd original absolute, right there alongside the universal Father as the first and the original Son as the second.
Okay, so it's right there in the top 3, so to speak, the inner circle. What about the other 4 absolutes? Can you give us a quick rundown?
Sure. So number 4, the 4th original absolute, is the nuclear Isle of Paradise itself, the very center of all things. And it's unique because it's non-divine.
The physical center.
The absolute center, yes. Then we have the 5th, the qualified absolute. This one is the active deity responsive absolute. It reflects God's will and sort of governs action within the absolute framework. It's deity-based.
Okay, reflecting the will.
And then the 6th is the universal absolute. Think of this as the great connector. It enables interaction and relationship across all levels of reality, bridging the gap between, say, the finite and the divine.
The bridge builder.
In a sense, yes. And finally, the 7th is the unqualified physical absolute. This is the fundamental framework of physical reality itself. It responds to divine will, but without any inherent consciousness. It's like the raw potential for the physical universe, pulled from paradise.
That's a lot to absorb. 7 absolutes. So how do these 7 interact? It sounds like a very intricate, complex system.
Absolutely. It is intricate, and they are deeply interconnected and interdependent. They don't operate in isolation.
Right.
For example, the universal absolute, that connector we talked about. Its actions are guided by the will and purpose expressed through the qualified absolute.
Ah,
Think of it like the qualified absolute sets the intention, maybe, and the universal absolute facilitates its manifestation across different dimensions or levels of reality.
and the unqualified absolute, the physical foundation, how does that play in? Does it just sit there?
Not exactly sit there, but it operates without personality or conscious will of its own. It's purely responsive. It responds to the influence of the deity absolutes, primarily the Father and the Son, and this influence is often mediated through the universal absolute.
I see.
It's really a beautiful example of how divine reality operates. Yes, there's a hierarchy of being and function, but also this profound interconnectedness where each absolute plays a vital, integrated role in the grand cosmic tapestry.
This is giving us a glimpse into the deepest workings of everything. It's fascinating.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
okay, bringing it back down to our level, to you and me listening, how does understanding all this, the infinite spirit and these very abstract-sounding absolutes, actually impact our lives? It can feel far removed from getting through the week.
That's a very natural feeling. These are vast concepts, no doubt about it. However, understanding the infinite spirit and the framework of the absolutes provides a fundamental context for our personal connection to the divine.
How so?
It gives us a deeper appreciation for the very nature of the reality we are part of. It helps us see the bigger picture.
So it's about understanding the bigger picture we're all swimming in.
Exactly. And let's focus on that mercy ministry of the infinite spirit again. Remember the lifeline.
Yeah.
This becomes incredibly relevant as we navigate the challenges and complexities of our own lives. Knowing that there is a universal, ever-present avenue to divine mercy, regardless of where we are on our individual journey, our ups and downs, that can be a profound source of comfort, hope, and inner strength.
So when we ourselves try to act with more mercy, maybe when it's hard, or try to offer forgiveness and understanding to others,
Yeah.
we're actually aligning ourselves with this really core aspect of the universe.
Precisely, you're tapping into something fundamental. We can actively draw upon these divine qualities, the mercy exemplified by the infinite spirit, the love embodied by the Son, the steadfastness of the Father, as guiding principles in our daily interactions, in how we approach our relationships, how we deal with struggles, and how we approach our own inner lives. It offers a framework for spiritual growth and ultimately a deeper connection to the divine source of all things.
Okay, that really brings it into focus. That makes it feel much more accessible. So just to recap our deep dive here, the infinite spirit is this eternal, perfectly unified being. It reflects the perfections, especially the mercy, of the Father and the Son.
Correct.
It goes by many names, reflecting its many jobs. It operates on a scale beyond our full grasp, totally spiritual, but serves as this essential minister of mercy throughout all creation.
The lifeline.
The lifeline. And it holds this foundational position as the third original absolute, intricately connected with all the other fundamental realities, the other absolutes that shape existence.
Precisely. You've got it. And hopefully you can now see that exploring these profound themes isn't just some abstract intellectual exercise. It really has the potential to enrich your personal understanding of the divine and your place within this incredible cosmic design.
Absolutely. It changes the perspective. And on that note, here's something to really think about, maybe chew on this week. How might this understanding of the infinite spirit, this universal source of mercy and its deep interconnectedness within the very framework of reality, the absolutes,
Yeah.
how might that subtly shift your perspective on your own challenges, your relationships, and maybe even your potential within this vast and elegant cosmic reality?
That's a great question to